everyone, this is Vijeta, Associate Professor from the Department of ECE, MLR Institute of Technology. Today, in this video, I would like to talk on how to model a data flow level from linear and digital integrated circuit. Here, we'll see how to write a Verilog code for data flow, what are the rules you need to follow to write a Verilog code in data flow level, what are the continuous assignment structures, and an example for an AND gate module and AOI gates. So, in gate level design descriptions, we use a primitives which are readily available in Verilog code. In data flow description of digital circuits is at higher level. Compared with the gate level designing, data flow level description is a higher level and it makes a circuit more compact compared to the gate level designing. We have number of operands and operations representing the simulation directly or indirectly. The operations are carried out on the operands in a single or in combinations. The results are assigned to the nets in data flow level. The operation assignments representing the data flow are carried out repeatedly to complete a design description. Here, for simple AND gate, how to write a Verilog code in a design description. How to write a Verilog code in a data flow level. See here in gate level designing, we have a primitives like AND, OR, NOT, buffer, etc. for all the logic gates which are available in digital circuits. Whereas here, we will be using a continuous assignment structure to assign a value to this operand. It performs A and B performs an AND operation, and that output will be stored in C by using a assignment statement. The assigned statement which you are using here is a continuous assign statement. Here, assign is a keyword carried out the assignment operation. This type of assignment is called as a continuous assignment, where A and B are called as operands, typically a single bit logic value variables, typically a single bit logic variables. This ampersand, this operator defines the logic operation to perform an AND operation between A and B, and equals to is a assignment activity carried out. This equals to performs the transfer of data A and B to a C, where C is a net representing a signal which is the result of assignment. C is also a variable which is a net type variable. An operand can be any of the following. Maybe a constant numbers. The operands may be a constant numbers, or net of scalar or vector type. These operands may be a scalar or vector type, or these operands may be a register variable, either may be a scalar or may be a vector, or they may be a memory elements, or a call to function that returns any of the above. The function itself can be a user defined or of a system type. So, these variables, these operands may be a constant numbers, maybe a scalars or vectors, maybe a register representing a scalar and vector, maybe a memory element, or maybe a function that returns any of the above. A simple AND gate module. In Verilog code, the structure or the Verilog code starts with the keyword called module. So, module, this is module which represents the starting of the code, and GDF is a module name and GDF is a module name. So, AND operation, this is an AND operation. C, A, B are the ports to an AND gate. C, A, B are the ports to an AND gate. Here, output port declared with a keyword called output, and C represents a output and inputs A and B are represented with a keyword called input, representing A and B are the inputs. Now, as C is a output driven from the AND gate, which can be given to another modules as an input. So, we can declare this C as a wire, and in gate level designing, we used to call a primitive called AND gate name C comma A comma B. Now, here in data flow modeling, instead of calling a primitives, you can use a keyword called assign, which is a continuous assignment, which represents a continuous assignment where C is declared as a net equals to C assign C equals to A ampersand B, where this ampersand is an operator which performs an AND operation between A and B, and the output will be stored in C, where C is assigned as a net type, and this value can be assigned to C when where we declare this as a assign. So, assign is a keyword which is a continuous assignment statement which is used to assign the values of A and B to the C, where C is declared as a net, and this module has AND with the keyword called AND module. Now, writing a test bench code for this module. So, module C, any Verilog code, this is called as a design description. This code is called as a design description, where this code is called as a test bench code. Test bench code for this design description. So, either maybe a test bench code or maybe a design description. Verilog code starts with the keyword called module. So, module name test underscore and GDF. This test bench for this and GDF is the module name which I have taken here. And as test bench is generally written to check the outputs for a different input variables. So, you need to store some data in the input variables. So, to store the input variables to the variables, I am using a keyword called register to store a n number of values in a variables. So, register A comma B. So, I am using inputs A and B in the design description. So, these inputs are going to be declared here with a keyword called reg. That is register. I am assigning register to A and B. Next, wire C and initial. This from here we are starting to give a input values to the variables. So, initial. Here I am not giving a single value. I want to check for n values. So, for that I am using a keyword called begin. If you want to check only with one input value, that is A is equals to 1 bit binary value of 0, that is only one value. If you want to check for a single value, no need to mention the begin and end. But here I want to check for n iterations. So, these n iterations can be given to A and B values. So, these n iterations can be checked by using a begin statement here. This begin states that n number of values are going to be assigning to the A and B values. So, here initially I gave A is equals to 1 bit binary value of 0, B is equals to 1 bit binary value of 0. After 4 time intervals, again I am changing A value to 1. Again after 4, that is, this is at time t is equals to 0. At t is equals to 4, I am changing only A. And at t is equals to 8, I am changing only B. Again at t is equals to 12, again I am changing A. At t is equals to 16, I am changing only B. And at time t is equals to 20, I am changing A value, and this begin has to be AND with the keyword called AND. Now, I want to inculcate these values into a module which I have written here. So, you need to call the module here AND GDF, and this AND gate is given with the name of G1, and here outputs are followed with the inputs. The same sequence I have been following here as C comma A comma B. This is a name of the module where you want to inculcate these values into this name of the module and check or verify the code and verify the output for this particular module. and initial $20 stop. So this represents at time t is equals to 20, the simulation is going to be stop, and this module has to end with the keyword called end module. So here till t is equals to 20, we are assigning a values for a and b, but at time t is equals to 20, this simulation is going to be stopping. So it shows till 19th time interval itself. See, initially at time t is equals to 0, when you are seeing the output here at time t is equals to 0, a value is 0, b value is 0, the operation, that is a and b, that is if it is 0, 0, output will be 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. For 0, 0, output is 0. For 0, 1, output is 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. Now, at time t is equals to 4. Let us assume this at time t is equals to 4. I asked a value to change it to 1. But I didn't ask anything to change at the b, so 0. So, the output of 1, 0 is 0. And after at 8th time interval, I just asked to change b value, not the a value. So, this 1 and 1 represents the output as 1. Again, at 12 time intervals, at t is equals to 12, a value is changing to 0 and b value will be remains the previous value, which is 1. For 0 and 1, your output is representing as 0. And again at time t is equals to 16, b value is changing to 0 and a value is not changing, which is remains same as previous value, which is 0. So 0 and with 0 is 0. Again at time t is equals to 20, again a value is changing to 1 and b value is not changing, which remains the previous value, which is 0, 1 and 0, which is representing with 0. Actually, at time t is equals to 20, the simulation is going to be stopping. So, till this particular point, you can see, and remaining you cannot see at the simulator. This is the design description for simple AND gate and the test bench code for simple AND gate, and this is the analysis of the test bench code, how to verify your output with respect to your inputs as well as with the time. Here, to monitor these values, you need to write a statement here like initial $monitor, $time. I want to check a value, so a percentage b is percentage b, c is also percentage b, comma a, comma b, comma c. Then only you can monitor a, b, c values in terms of binary. If you are representing percentage b, you can verify your output with respect to your binary values. If it is a octal, then you need to represent it with a percentile O. If it is hexadecimal, you need to represent with the H. So, if you want to verify with the hexadecimal value, then you need to use a percentile H. Next, the other example is AY gate. This is an AND gate and this is also an AND gate. This is OR and this is NOT. And the combination of OR and NOT is NOR. AND OR inverter can be given as NOR. AND OR inverter. So, here to realize this expression, the AND operation generally in data flow, generally in gate level, we used to have a primitives like AND E, comma A, comma B. And here for this AND, the output of AND gate is given to a variable F and C and D are the inputs. For this OR gate, the output is given with the variable of G1 and inputs are given with the E and F, and OR is a primitive which can be readily available and you can use. And for this NOT operation, the output is given with the G and input is given with the G1. So, this is how we used previously to write a Verilog code in a data flow. Now, in gate level design, this is how we use primitives in a gate level designing. This is how we use gate levels, this is how we used previously to write a Verilog code in a gate level. But now we are dealing with the data flow. So in data flow, all the operators, all the operations are given with the operations, the specific thing operations. So for this AND operation, we can use a operator like two ampersand signals. And for OR, we can use a single line which can be used as an which can be used to perform an OR operation. For NOT, you can use a negotiation of input is G1. So you can use this operator to perform a NOT operation. So here, if you can see a data flow level assignment statement to realize an AOI gate, here this is an AND gate. So I use a keyword called assign. I want to continuously assign the operation which has been done at particular points to some variables. So here the output of AND gate is given with the E. So assign E. What you need to assign? We need to assign A and B. So A ampersand B. This is an operator which is used to perform an AND operation between A and B. For this, you can write like assign E is equals to A ampersand B. And for this AND gate, again, the output of AND gate is given with the variable called F and inputs are given with the variables called C and D. So for this, you can write assign F is equals to C ampersand D. And again, for this OR gate, again, you can write like assign to what we need to assign for G1. The output of OR gate is connected to G1. Assign G1 is equals to inputs are E and F. To perform an OR operation, you can use the operator like this. G1, assign G1 is equals to E or F. And coming to this NOT operation, the output of NOT gate is given with the variable of G and G is assigned. We need to write assign statement compulsory. Assign G is equals to complement of G1. So instead of writing 4 assignment statements, 1, 2, 3, 4 assignment statements, here single assignment statement can be used for all the 4 gates. So assign E is equals to A ampersand B, F is equals to C ampersand D, G1 is equals to E or F and G is equals to complement of G1. And another set of data can be given. So here, instead of writing a double AND operation, this also performs an AND operation between A and B. But the difference here is single bit operation can be performed here, whereas here it can perform an operation between complete A and B variables and C and D variables. So, for example, assign the same assign variable is given for AND is E and F. So, assign E is equals to A ampersand B. See, this comma represents the continuation of statement, whereas this semicolon represents the termination of the statement. If you can observe, this is a single statement where you have been terminated at this particular point and remaining with commas represents the continuation of the statement. Here also, assign E is equals to A ampersand B for this AND gate and F is equals to C ampersand D for this AND gate. And again another assign, these two are given in a single statement and the statement has been terminated over here with semicolon. And again the another 2 gates are OR and NOT. Assign G1 is equals to E or F for this OR gate and G is equals to NOT of G1 for this NOT gate. Now the termination have been done across this point and this represents the continuation of the statement. And you can also write individually just now what I have discussed. See, assign E is equals to ampersand B. This statement is separate for this AND gate. And assign F is equals to C ampersand D, which is the other statement only specifying the gate of this AND gate. And assign G1 is equals to E not F, which is given to this OR gate. And G is equals to complement of G1. So either you can use this type or this, but anything. The difference between the data flow and gate level is in gate level we'll be using a primitives, whereas in data flow we'll be using a continuous assignment for operands with their respective operation. Here in this video we discuss the data flow behavioral In this video, we discussed what is data flow modeling and what is the difference between data flow modeling and gate level modeling. And data flow modeling is the highest level comparing with the gate level modeling. And we have taken two examples which are AND as well as AOI gates to analyze the data flow modeling. Thank you.